trees whispering. Sometimes I imagine I hear your voice in the trees whispering.
Sikhethiwe Mlotsha, mother of 3 boys and 1 daughter. I live and work at Kufunda village as facilitator for community programs and for women. I also do inner work, and yeah, that's what I can say. Yeah, Kufunda journey, my life at Kufunda actually changed me a lot. It shifted me in terms of how I see life and I understand life itself and who I am as Sikhethiwe on this planet. Coming from the world and the life where you, like when you are at around 7, you go to school and you'll be told to do well at school, and after school you have to have a course or you go to work. And that was like since I was young up to my ordinary level, that's what I had in mind. And because of life challenges, and it was hard for me to fit into that line. And coming to Kufunda, as I came to Kufunda, I was still having that belief in me to find ways or do some courses and find job. And it was another world for me where I had to unlearn everything about myself, my assumptions about myself. I had so much assumptions about myself to say I didn't go to school up to A level, so my life will be like this, and I don't have much knowledge around things, something like that. So coming to Kufunda, I had to download everything and unlearn everything and start afresh to say, who am I as Sikhethiwe, and why I'm on this planet. I had to do a lot around that for myself. I went through a deep journey about understanding who I am and letting go of all these assumptions and find my way into what I feel is right for me, of which is still in a lifelong journey. And I had to slowly, practice what I feel like I'm good at, what I really like in my life. So there was a big shift that happened for me, of which I am now at a position of knowing what I like and practicing that and giving it to life with full joy and excitement, and accepting everything as it comes. I can say it's hard to say right now in the life, like the life we are living right now, that I'm so happy to be alive and to be why I am, of which it feels like you might be selfish when you talk about that. When things are hard, someone can say, can't you see this and this? So I learn to embrace everything and find my way and my joy.
So you think, despite the hardships of this time in Zimbabwe, I assume you're talking about,
Yeah.
you still have this feeling that I'm so grateful for being who I am and living the life I'm living.
Yes. The thing I also like, what I've learned is challenges. Sometimes when the challenge come, it's hard, but it's also, there is something in it that you can learn. So when you are in life you learn that challenge is there, joy, life here, and you choose to go there, and the other part you always want to push it. So with Kufunda, beginning with like when learning about chaotic path, and being in a community where you learn to find your way with different characters. I learned to say, oh, it's part of life. It's part of life, and it doesn't have to suppress me, but find my way into that, and learning to live with both sides. So it's so beautiful if you practice that more, and you learn to be, to accept things as they are. You feel this deep joy. Sometimes when you are in challenge, it's hard, but being present with that is so beautiful. So I can say what actually helped me so much is the inner work, of which is something I really like, and I feel so grateful that I could practice, understand who I am, learn different practices that support me to be a full self.
You said one of the biggest things was you had this idea of your life. You hadn't gone all the way to A level. So therefore it was hard to get a job. Kufunda happened, and you could unlearn that, and you could find your passion.
Yes.
And you could find your way, Sikhethiwe's way. You even said, why am I on this planet? Why are you on this planet?
Why I am on this planet, I can say for now how I understand it is I'm here to be in service of life. I can say I am here to just follow what I feel is there and bring it to others, be it in I believe that even when I'm doing my own meditation, I'm bringing something into the universe. And I'm here also to be supporting other women. Like I can say my journey itself, the beauty I'm seeing with myself is all that I felt like were challenges when I was growing up is something that is what I really want to bring. And I am here on this planet to bring my voice, to speak the truth that I feel is important to others, and support others to just shine in a way. Like the work I'm doing with women, I can say I'm here to support them also to shine. That's the most important thing that I feel like I'm here on the planet to support others to shine and find their way in life. I also do that, and I support others to also,
and especially women.
And slowly the the youth are coming also slowly. I feel like they're they are part of what I really care about.
And what are you seeing? What are you seeing as the impact of your work with women and youth, if you want, but women especially?
With women, the coming together, like coming together, sharing this sisterhood. I see with the group that we have been working with is becoming stronger and stronger. The openness to say we can speak what we feel, and we can express ourselves fully. I see it growing, and so many activities are happening. I was talking with some like women from Chitungwiza. They are saying their circle is expanding and expanding. So this work is also, opening new women to come and join. So this is what I'm seeing, that there is a slow, it's not like a huge growth, it's like this growth around women coming together, expressing who they are, and so it's actually happening in communities, not Kufunda only. Yeah.
I've seen women that came shy, timid, quiet, and now I see them a few years later in the circle, strong and clear. And then I hear the stories of how they're in leadership in their communities. I think there's many of these stories that we underestimate, And what,
And also what I've also seen is that they could confidently say yes to things they like and no. This is one of the hardest thing, even in our culture, that you can say no when you feel like it's a no. You can just say yes, but inside, it's a no. And I feel there's, with the women whom we have been journeying with, they could feel like
they learn to say no. They've learned to say no.
Yeah, they've learned to
Very
say
important.
no. They've learned to say no. And even this thing about the imagination, like to see like how we imagine things happening, this visioning. I was looking at what was coming today. I feel there is kind of imagination to say we really want things to be like this. And at first, the first group were putting also their ideas, and I feel like, oh no, it wasn't time for that. But I see that something was unlocked in terms of how you see life and things that are surrounding you, and this thing about what's more, what else is, it's slowly growing.
What else is possible?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Is arising.
Yeah.
What I've seen is beautiful impact, and it's not that we've done anything, it's simply that by creating space and support, the inner truth of each of these women is beginning to shine. And it brings me back again to this underestimated resource, for lack of a better word, of each human being, the gift of the human spirit, and it's almost like we're the place that just allows it to open and shine.
Yeah.
And then what you're talking about is and then harvesting what's coming into what is the light telling us.
Yeah.
So this is Kufunda's 21st birthday. Last question. What would be your biggest dream for Kufunda and for the work with women of Kufunda?
My vision.
Your dream, your wish for Kufunda, yeah.
Around women's circle, I feel my dream is for this work to expand and grow into more spaces in both in the country and in beyond Zimbabwe. And there's something that was shared also, that we might estimate to say this, they need, like if you look at women in Zimbabwe, we could easily say, they need this work. But it feels like there was a voice yesterday that I feel like it's not about poor rural women, it's for all women. Women, they really want to have safe space. So I have this vision on how we can expand this, have more circles for women. I feel like it's time for Kufunda to fly like an eagle, to more, reach out to more spaces, and introduce this kind of work. Like in the world, we are facing so different challenges: COVID, health issues, all these. They need space to be, safe space to look at that, and how you can be yourself in this kind of life we are experiencing. And that's these cycles, I imagine them for women, for men. If you look at now, you see this is a strong women, strong cycle. Even the society itself, I heard yesterday other men saying, oh, when you guys come together, you can even feel the vibration, like the vibe. There's like a kind of atmosphere that is there. So it was from one of the men, and I feel like they really wanted something like that. So how that can happen to men and young like youth, to everyone, having the space to download, to be supported, to be held, something like that. That's my strongest vision. And that is what I have right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is, it's actually, the vision is for all of the women, the men, the youth, to have these safe spaces where the inner can breathe and be known, and out of that the path be found. It's not that we want to bring any particular solution, but just space for humanity to grow. That's the sense. I heard a lot of people reflecting on how they can listen more now, how they want to support each other, and that comes out of the space, that inner space.
And it's okay to express yourself, to cry, to to share your grief, your anger, everything, your joy, without being judged. That is very important. Yeah, having spaces for that. Yeah.
Spaces to breathe, and through the breath, the dream.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.